Tonight, we're unmuted. We've got a brand new trailer to discuss. There's so much good stuff in that trailer. I can't wait to dive into it. Mutodons, Distortus Rex, all kinds of other stuff. Tons of Titanosaurs. We've got tickets are on sale. We've got popcorn buckets and theater experiences, all that and more. I am Brad Jost, and this is Let's Talk Jurassic. Welcome back, everybody, to another Let's Talk Jurassic. This is your weekly live stream here from the Jurassic Park Podcast. Like I said, I am Brad Jost. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. As everybody knows, there's a new trailer out there. There's been a bunch of stuff dropping from theaters and whatnot. We've got a lot to get into, so let's just get started on everything that we usually do here without all the meandering down the path. But welcome back, everybody. Glad you're back here tonight. And if you're new, what's up? Go hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, do all that stuff. Tell your friends, tell your family. I'd really, really appreciate it. But let's start off here. If you did not get a chance to listen to our most recent episode, our most recent numbered episode, please go to JurassicParkPodcast.com, where we talked all about Alexandre Desplat, the new composer for Jurassic World Rebirth. We did not get to hear his stuff in this trailer, unfortunately, but myself and Caleb Burnett talked all about it there. And of course, I did upload another episode this week. Actually, you can see it right here, the Rebirth kind of just analysis, deep dive into everything that I saw. But you're going to get that here tonight. So wanted to notate that before we get started too far. Let's see who's here. We've got Steve. What's up, Steve? Trailer 2 is so amazing. Yep. Raptor lover. Best second trailer ever. T-Rex River Scene looks so good from Jurassic Roper. Spino Rex in the house. What's up? So hyped for Rebirth. Yeah. And yeah. Sometimes you figure you're muted until after you start talking, and you don't see the green like voice meter going up at all, and I'm like, okay, I'm muted. This program has a mind of its own sometimes, and I can't always control it. But yes, want that popcorn bucket? It looks so fun. Thank you, Jurassic Park Workers Union, and we've got Christopher McCurdy here. Dope shirt, thank you, appreciate it. It's a Roosevelt shirt. Go check them out. They've got some good stuff. But yeah, let's... You're happy we haven't seen the Velociraptor. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Let's talk about it. Let's dive into everything here tonight. I pulled up a bunch of images. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about some other things before we actually get into the trailer itself. Let's start here, because there's a bunch of like theater stuff going on. So I will pull up the Jurassic World Rebirth screen here. Boom. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the theater industry right now. And we've got from AMC Theaters, they've got the Stubbs member exclusive Jurassic Adventure Pass sweepstakes. To enter, get tickets 7-2 through 7-6. And you'll be entered to win the Jurassic Adventure Pass sweepstakes. Chance to score an exotic Hilton Beach resort stay packed with land, sea, and sky thrills. Get all the details through the link in the bio. That's pretty cool. What's up, Mazama? How you doing? I love it when there's all these different sweepstakes and things. I feel like you always end up entering them, but never necessarily hear anything. And I don't really all that much hear about the people who do win. So good luck to everybody out there. I wish you all luck, and hopefully get a chance to, do the whole land, sea, and sky thrills that they've got going on. No idea what that could be. I also did bring up, let's bring up this. This is, actually, let's go here first. This is Collect Jurassic kind of compiled a bunch of stuff into one here, which is nice. So these are some collectibles and things that you can pick up when you go to certain screenings and stuff. The other day when the tickets, or yesterday, I guess, when the tickets went on sale, not for this one, but this is a rain poncho. So you can do this in 4DX. That is basically, you're probably going to need this poncho for a movie that is straight up, a water-based movie in a lot of ways. Water will find a way to soak you in the theaters somehow. So put on your poncho when you're at the 4DX screening. There's that. There is an opening night fan event, which this was the one I did not see in my app, because I do have Stubs. Like, I do have the Stubs account, and I did not see this fan event. So I'm going to check right now just to double check while we're doing this. But it says it right there. Receive an exclusive gift only on 7/2. And you do get this free InGen badge and lanyard. So, pretty basic, just little administrative, administrative badge there. Sequencing engineer, administration clearance, InGen. I can't really tell what the rest of that says, but that's cool. I think that's cool. It's got the Jurassic World Rebirth badge there. Let me see my theater, July 2nd. Dolby Cinema. I don't know. Usually they say, it says fan event or fan screening. And the interesting thing about it is as far as I can tell, there are no screenings the night before or the day before, at least as of yet. Typically, a movie will come out on a Friday, right? And I will try to go for a big event like this. They usually have these fan events the day before, at 6 or 3 or something crazy. So they do not have July 1st dates in the app currently, at least for AMC. So I don't really know what's going on there. But this does say on 7/2, which on 7/2, I don't know. It doesn't really indicate which one would be the fan screening. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do there as of yet. But yeah, it's weird when a movie opens on a Wednesday. That's what this is, right? Yeah, Wednesday, because of the July 4th weekend. And the screenings start at 9:15 that morning. And not a lot of screenings, to be honest. It does have the 2-hour and 13-minute runtime. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 screenings all day long. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is only 11 screenings of the movie, at least in this one theater that I have. It's the only theater, semi-close to me that has the Dolby with the IMAX and all the regular screens as well. But yeah, you have Christopher here has July 1st dates on mine. So yeah, I'm going to keep looking. Hopefully they do pop up. But nothing as of yet. But typically, they are there right away. And I know Muslim was saying, maybe it's just a tad early. I don't know. If they're listing it, if they're promoting it, it should be available. It should be there. And for other movies that I've done, like Indiana Jones, I made sure to go to the fan event or, whatever different screenings I always try to go to those things so I get the merchandise. Because if I'm going to get free stuff, I might as well, plan to go to that specific screening. So even if it's a lanyard badge. But let's see what else we got. Zoom back out because this thing stinks. Let's go. Come on. All right. So the next one up is this. This is cool. So this is at Alamo Drafthouse, and you get pint glass. It says pre-order with tickets while supplies last. These are cool. These are very, very, very cool. Let me see. Did they tag? He tagged Drafthouse here. Let's see what Drafthouse has to say. It says, hunt down our exclusive Jurassic World Rebirth pint glass featuring... Is it one glass? Yeah, I guess it's just one glass. Okay, that's good. I was like concerned it was 3 different glasses that you'd need to buy all 3. So it's got the 3 iconic dinos on it. Get these before they go extinct, blah, blah, blah. And beginning July 2nd, shop alamomart.com for more exclusive Jurassic merch, including an enamel pin set and 14 karat gold plated dino charm. So pretty cool. All the movie theaters are really doing these like merch runs, not just for in person, but like you can buy stuff on the websites. And I think that's kind of cool too. I know AMC basically has turned into like, I don't even know. They've turned into like, there's like a what's that, box lunch or something like that. It's basically turned into like a box lunch right before you order your food. There's like tons of merchandise there, like Funko Pops and stuffies and blankets and shirts, and so it's like all just the geeky cool stuff that I love, and they do tempt me every single time. So Christopher has July 1st dates on yours, which I don't know if you mentioned it, but what kind of theater are we talking about? Is this a Regal? Is it AMC? Is it something else? But yeah, so Tom was on a new podcast that came out today called Road to Rebirth. Was he on it today? Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll be on it soon. Just stay tuned. I'll be on there soon. And let's see. Is there anything else here? Let's go back to that. I think there might have been one more thing. Fandango. So, what the heck? Come on. Fandango has a Rebirth collector bundle. 5-piece collectible ticket pack. 5-piece. Okay, you can see 5 tickets there. Why does it say ticket? 1 ticket. So I'm guessing for each 1 ticket, you get a 5-piece collectible ticket pack. And you could potentially get one of the only 150 numbered T-Rex holographic tickets. So that's pretty cool. This is $34.99 for this bundle. I wonder how big they are, how big of tickets, because they do look pretty cool. They do look like actual like tickets. They do have the scanning bars down below. That's pretty cool. So Christopher says AMC. Yeah, that's weird. Mine doesn't show at all. Like, and now I only checked the one theater because, like I said, it's the only one that has like the bigger screens. So let me see if I can find the other theater nearby. I have like 3 theaters I kind of flip-flop between, and because there's one actually close to my house, but it's not a good theater at all, so I don't go to that one. But I have 3 like AMCs. No, and it doesn't say it at that theater either, so that's weird. Oh, I'm glad. I'm not doing a midnight showing anyway. That's not happening. But the last one I wanted to showcase real quick is this. Let me get a... Yeah, here we go. Check that out. Boom. Look at that guy. Prehistoric popcorn container research lab. Dude, this thing's massive. This is massive. Oh, he's got a drink holder? Is that what that is? Wow. Scientists forgot to ask if they should. That's funny. Yeah, dude, this popcorn, this is pretty legit. Like, I'm really digging this one. Cute little dino in there. Love it. Gotta love a good popcorn container. Dude, it looks like is that a walkie, like, on the side? That walkie drink looking thing? That's pretty sick, too. This is pretty legit. This is pretty awesome. I dig that. Yeah, I didn't notice the drink holder before either. So that's pretty cool. I like that. But that's so far what I can tell. I rushed it together here to try to find some stuff. But I mostly wanted to talk about the movie itself. I know Collect Jurassic usually is good about posting stuff, so I went to their page. Where is it? Is there anything else quickly? Yeah, we had a bunch of posters and different things. 40X. Screen X. I don't even know what that one is. Real D 3D, sorry. Dolby. I'm a Dolby person, so I've been going to Dolby for the most part. Every now and then I'll hit up an IMAX when I need to, but yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff from the trailers. So I'm very excited. I want to pull up some pictures to do it this way instead of kind of scrubbing through the trailer itself. I want to double check to see if I have something. I don't, but see if I can find it real quick while I'm figuring this out. But the trailer came out, and I did my reaction. I think I'm pretty hyped for it. I don't know that it didn't like blow me away or anything, but I do think it was a very good trailer. And I had a good time with it. I liked that they minimally revealed things. You know, we got extensions of what we saw before. And that's the thing. Like, I've been saying that over and over again, that's my favorite thing that they've been doing so far, is just minimally showing us, what's happening in this movie. And I appreciate that. So let me download this picture real quick. Save this in photos. Okay. And then let me go ahead and do this real quick. Just bear with me. Should be in here somewhere. I want to start off by taking a look at one thing in particular and comparing it to the past. Let's add this to Jurassic. I've got a Jurassic folder here that we're going to take a look at. So let's go over there real quick and scroll all the way down. So if you remember, back in the first trailer, we got a look at this guy here. Let's go to Jurassic World Rebirth. Boom. So this was our first look. Now this looks clean, right? This looks pretty good. Everything here looks pretty legit. It doesn't look like overgrown or anything like that, or tarnished. So we've got a full raptor, two-headed velociraptor here. Like, absolutely. I can't keep this thing open, man. I have a hard time with the iPad tonight. I don't want it to be too high that it's missing off the screen. But we've got a two-headed velociraptor there. And the big difference in the new trailer is that it was not a two-headed velociraptor that looked anything like this at all. And I feel like that's one of the biggest details that I wanted to dive into tonight. So let's take a look at this image. So this is the seemingly same image. Maybe it's different. It could be very different. I'm hoping we get both. I think that would be pretty awesome if we did get both. But similar, at least the same kind of container here with the similar lighting, right? Different space. The entire space is a little bit different here. This is some not laboratory. This is like more of like storage or warehouse or something like that. and this is from the latest trailer. And you can tell, like, everything about this is very different. Still 2 heads. Still similar kind of raptor pose and everything going on there, but very different looking heads. And we've got obviously the Mutodon. What's it called? Mutodon? That sounds really wrong. The body of it with the wings and everything, you can make it all out right here. You can basically tell that's what's going on here. So we've got at least 2 sets of arms in the middle, plus the little hands on the outside of the wings. So I just thought that was pretty interesting because they've booted this up again, because you can tell now this is not 2010 or whenever. This is current day, whatever current day is, 2027, something like that, I think, in the movies. So that is completely different than this shot. Maybe this is the same place, actually. Let's see. It's hard to say. Honestly, it is pretty similar. It could be the same spot. It actually could be the same spot. So I'm going to assume that this is just some render that completely changed. Unless, obviously there's decay going on here, right? Very much so. Like in the face, you can see a lot of decay and stuff. Like it almost looks like a skull. Like you can see like the bones of it. So yeah, it's very much in decay there, but that wouldn't cause it to look so drastically different, I think, than what we see in this image. So this is like very clearly Velociraptors. So just wanted to point that out and talk about it. If anybody has any thoughts and feelings on that, let me know. I'm pretty interested in it. And this has got to be like the 2010 era where, maybe they had some wings sprout out and shift, the face and I don't know, maybe. That sounds a little wild. I assume that's not what happens. But, maybe it transformed over the past however long, 17 years. But I don't think so. I feel like they just changed the render. That's what I'm going to assume, at least. And I think, I don't know if it was Carlos who said it before, but like the fact that we haven't seen a Velociraptor yet, I would find it interesting. Let me see if I can pull that up. I used to have these images all on here, but don't think I have them all anymore. Let me double check something real quick because I want to see another photo to double check. Let me see if it's still in the photo app. Doesn't look like it. Let me Google this one real quick and see if I can download this one. So yeah, obviously we do know like the raptor render. We have seen like the raptor render, so that's not really like a surprise or anything. But the only raptor, and yeah, this looks. Let me add this to the folder as well. So I'm gonna add this one so we can compare. All right, so I wanted to bring up this picture here too because I just want to see. I haven't thought about it until this moment, but we've got what I think are seemingly got to be very different looking raptor feet than what we see actually in the trailer itself. So we've got the sickle claw, we've got these like, I don't know what you would call them, but those ridges on top of the toes and stuff like that. And a very like whitish kind of, it almost looks like the ghost Atrociraptor color. And I know in this trailer, there's like maybe this shot. Yeah, on this shot, is that different? It's got to be different. Like this sickle claw looks very different, I think. It doesn't look as like fully formed. It looks more bird-like. You're not getting that white coloring on the feet. And this, honestly, these these claws look pretty messed up. Like that, these feet do not look good. Like it looks like it could be kind of wobbly on its own. But yeah, so I wanted to see if we did maybe think that this was Velociraptor, but it turns out it was Mutodon or whatever. But no. Yeah, this is seemingly Velociraptor. So I'm gonna stick with Velociraptor here. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to the start here. Every time I see this photo, I'm like, this is Camp Cretaceous. This is 100% Camp Cretaceous. Just the render there, like, looks animated so much to me. It looks like it's straight out of Camp Cretaceous. You know what? Let me go ahead and do that since we're here. Since we're looking up pictures constantly, let's see if I can look that up. Camp Cretaceous T-Rex. See if we can find like a comparable. I don't know. It's gonna be a hard one to find. But something about it. I don't know what it is. I think it's mostly the eyes or something that's giving me those vibes. But yeah, it's just definitely giving me like Camp Cretaceous vibes. Now I know this is not really like a very comparable shot, but I'll just bring it up anyway. It's very different looking, but for the heck of it, let's just do it. All right, so I got to do so much scrolling and downloading. And all right, here we go. Back over here. So this is what it's giving me, like so much. And I think it might be those eyes. Like, I think it's the eyes that are just... Now, these don't look as orangey to me. This is more yellowy. But it's still very vivid, I think, in the eyes. And that's what's making it stand out against the skin tone. So for me, that's definitely giving like Camp Cretaceous. Not sure. It looks so good. Like, don't get me wrong, this looks awesome. I think the pattern on the skin, like the coloring and everything, very cool. Not all that what am I trying to say? Not all that different, at least, than at least to me, to my, like, what I'm picking up. I'm not getting much more than like Rexy out of this. And I don't really care to like dive into like, well, the crest is different here, bro, and the snout is like long. I don't care. Like, it looks very similar to Rexy to me. I know it's not Rexy. Let's not take that joke too far. I know it's not, but I'm just getting like Rexy vibes from it. And I think the paint is like, or the coloring is very similar to Rexy. It's different, obviously, but it's very similar. But this eye, dude, this eye is just like saying animation to me heavily. So, and it's not a bad thing. I think this looks very good. I think this looks very cool. I like the way the arms look. This dude looks jacked in his tiny arms. Digging it. Loving like the viewpoint here. We're very low to the water here. I like that. Obviously, like the Rex is giving much different color tones here, which is nice. A little more orangey, obviously than Rexy ever looked, and very different kind of coloring on the nose and everything. But still, I was kind of hoping for like there was a lot of conversation about like, oh, we're gonna be getting the V-Rex, like from Kong, and like I'm super glad that that's not what we're getting. We're not getting some like 65 version of a T-Rex or something like that. But I do wish it was a little bit different than Rexy and what we've seen before. So, I wish the color scheme was like drastically different than what we've known for a long time. I don't know. Does it take away the specialness of like Rexy? No, I guess not. But like, I wouldn't put it past them to like read some chart or something that this is the sister Rex or the brother Rex or something like that to the Nublar 93 Rex or something. Like, I could definitely see that kind of conversation coming up quickly. But I do wish it was like drastically different than what we have had for the past 30 something years. But no, it's very similar. But this, I mean, like, look at this shot. Like, dude, all of these images are beautiful, like so incredibly beautiful. Every square inch of it. And what I love is the size of like the frame and where the dinosaurs are fitting in there versus where the action is. It's showcasing the island, the planet, as well as the dinosaur itself. And I think that's really, really cool to see this landscape and see how big and how wild and how untamed this land is in comparison to these very big dinosaurs. And we'll see that again in a little bit. But it dwarfs them and it makes it all like really interesting to me. I really like this idea of like massive landscapes focused in on these like little action events and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. Even this shot, like I know you can do, and they probably did it, I think, in the trailer, but like the zoomed in close up, obviously. But like I love this big open shot. Like it's very, very cool. And here, like, there's not much more that's not just saying like, oh, this is like Rexy to me. Y'all might be rolling your eyes at me just constantly saying that over and over again, but like, I just wish it was a little bit different. But here we go. You obviously know how big the Titanosaurus is. I don't know if I don't think I have the photo, but there's like the lower, like looking up version of what we see, what the characters see. And this is the like helicopter drone shot of the Quetzalcoatlus point of view. And it's just showing you how big this place is. This island like has to dwarf like Nublar and Sorna in every possible way. I feel like it has to. Now there's only like a dozen, right? I think that's what they said, like a dozen species. So was it 1 dozen or was it like 2 dozen? I forget what he said. But there was, let's see, we got Titanosaurus, we've got T-Rex, we've got Velociraptor, we've got did I say Dilophosaurus? I already lost track of what I said. Dilophosaurs. Yeah, I completely lost track. So we've got, we can name probably more than half of the species so far. So I'll be interested to see everything else. Quetzalcoatlus. Do they include D-Rex in that? Do they include the Mutodons? Am I saying that right? I feel like it's like completely wrong coming out of my mouth. Mutodons. That sounds better. Mutodons. Yeah, let's go with Mutodons. I think, you know what I'm thinking is like the Muto in Godzilla, Gareth Edwards' movie with Alexandre Desplat as a score composer. 2 dozen, was it 2 dozen species? Okay, that makes me feel much better. I forgot exactly if he said like a dozen or 2 dozen. So let me know. But yeah, I think if it's 2 dozen, that's a lot more promising. There's a lot to explore. Do we ever come back to this and think about that? I don't know. Like, I think if you do that, like it could just be a throwaway line, but it also could give us room to explore further in the future. You got to throw a Quill-Ups in there, obviously. But yeah, there's a lot. And dude, there are so many of these. So many. These things are so tiny. They look so tiny. Now, this is a massive, massive valley. But I just love how big the scenery is. And the landscape is so incredibly huge. I love that. It looks so, so good. Man, there's just like endless amounts out there. That is the coolest. Now, the one thing I noticed is that like it doesn't really look like there are any other sizes. It's just like one size. Where are the other ones? Are there babies? Are there juveniles? Or are they just all massive? Just all one size. Could have shrunk some down, you know? But still very cool. This shot here, we've got Martin Krebs checking out a helicopter that has crashed into the jungle. What was this helicopter doing here? Not sure. But to me, I feel like it's been there for a while. I don't know. I was looking at this hand. This hand definitely looks like it's been in the jungle for a while. I'm getting Bone Man Ben vibes from this. Ben Hildebrand. But yeah, I guess this guy's been out here for a while, right? So he's horrified. I love this. Absolutely horrified. Digging that. And this has been here for a while. So my first instinct, though, was to be like, okay, this helicopter right here that they're calling in crash lands. And that's when they're like, oh, no, what happened to that helicopter? Oh, no, it crash landed in the jungle. I think these are two different helicopters, two different events. This does not look like it's not like, you know, from the 60s or 70s or something like that. So it's not like, I don't think, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is, but I that's not the vibe I'm getting fully. But if this was from that 2010 era, I wouldn't be surprised. But dude's drinking on the job. He's having a hard time. He's got some dog tags in his hand, if you notice. So I don't know. Did they fall off this person here? Did he find them first before seeing? Like, I could definitely see him, like, just kind of, like, drunkily, like, walking through the jungle and just being like, and he looks down on the ground and he finds these dog tags and he's like, oh, and then he looks up in the sky and that's when he's like, oh my God. So that's what I'm getting from this moment. But yeah, I don't know who else could they belong to. Maybe one of the team members from like Duncan's team or something, I guess. But I'm assuming it falls off this guy since he's hanging upside down. But yeah. You're wondering if he's alone in this scene? He's not alone on this island. But maybe. It could be very much like a Dieter Stark kind of moment where he's just wandering off. He's got to use the little girl's room, as he says in the movie. Great job, Dieter. Nice joke. Haha, very funny. But yeah, we've got Dr. Henry Loomis here shooting a flare off, obviously calling in for support or something here. This is going to be obviously a wild part of the movie. Who knows? Is this late in the movie? Is this the end of the movie? Is this the middle of the movie? Yeah, I don't know. Do we get saved here? Is there any saving these people? I don't know. I'm very interested though in this moment. I think this is pretty cool. He's shooting his flare off, and whatever is going on here, they've obviously restored power to some extent, because I'm assuming there's not like an active lab or active anything on this island. I don't think, but yeah, I think it just looks cool. Like, it looks cool. I'm getting major AT-AT vibes from this guy over here. He's just like walking across the Jurassic jungle. And here comes a snow speeder coming to take him down. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. But I would love it if that thing gets batted out of the sky. That'd be pretty awesome, because in the next shot here, maybe it's not the next shot, we've got a little warning system here in the backpack. Dolores being incredibly cute. Yeah, so look at this thing. This Aquilops, fantastic, dude. This is going to win the hearts of a lot of people. This is super, super cute. Fantastic. Love Dolores. Can't wait to see more. But this shot is pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Yeah, obviously, like right after this shot, right? I'm assuming he shoots the flare. Maybe a minute later, 30 seconds later, you get this guy stomping into the background. What an awesome, terrifying shot. That is so good. And yeah, it's giving me like Fallen Kingdom vibes with the Rex behind the guy during the with the raincoat on and everything like that. This is awesome. I love the amount of smoke here, the fog. And the fact that this is hiding in the fog is so cool. I hope I hope we get like a scene of Jonathan Bailey like turning around, hearing that thing, seeing this shape in the fog there, and saying, "Oh, a T-Rex," or something like that, or somebody else shouts, "A T-Rex," and he turns around, and then the thing comes through the fog, and you know, oh, that's not a T-Rex, that's a D-Rex, dude. That's a D-Rex. I don't know why I went with a Stone Cold impression there. But I love that you can like kind of make it out. Like there's a bit of like fog, like darker fog. I'm trying to like trace it on my iPad, but I've got like this like fidgety thing here. I wish I could kind of do like the red line, but you could kind of see like an outline. It kind of looks like of this big bulbous head. But you also see got some arms down there in the tree line. But dude, like everything about this like screams that they're going to confuse it for like a T-Rex or something, because you're only getting that bottom half, and that looks like a T-Rex. It could absolutely be a T-Rex for sure. So yeah, that's really, really cool. I'm loving this. This looks fantastic. And again, look at the scale. Jonathan Bailey, really small. D-Rex, huge. All of these shots are just so good. Like there's obviously closer shots like these, but like the scale is so big, and I love that. And here we go. Gotta look at this. Incredible. Like I am 100% on board for this. And obviously this is screaming like Alien, Predator kind of vibes to me. Rancor, obviously. But yeah, it's giving that like that view of like, you always get that over the camera or over the shoulder camera shot where like somebody's like shooting something and you get those flashes and it just lights up the face of the alien in front of them. That's what this is giving me so much. I love this. This thing looks terrifying. I'm interested in the scale because this looks way smaller than that last shot. And that last shot is like so high up. Like he's on an elevated platform. And there's like street lights or something down there. And you can see like how high up he is. He's like in the high. He's going up and he's high. But like this is like way down below, right? Obviously. And so I'm thinking maybe it's like dipped into the water a bit because the water's there. So maybe that's concealing half the height or something. But dude, I can't wait to see this thing doing whatever it does. I can't wait. I'm so excited for this. This looks awesome. The D-Rex has got my stamp of approval. Absolutely love it. Let's see what people are saying here in the chat real quick before I go too far. I know I've been kind of ignoring it. Seeing Dolores in the backpack was cute. Yep, absolutely. Got those Camp Cretaceous vibes. A little more chunky and the stripes are more defined. Yeah, the stripes are more defined, but I think the stripes were pretty defined on Rexy too. Yeah, I don't know. I do think it was, but definitely maybe it's got that thickness to it that Rexy maybe didn't have. But yeah, detail really blew me away in this trailer. Absolutely. They do move in herds. Spinorex, kind of backs me up there saying crashed while trying to evacuate people from the island in 2010. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's probably from that 2010 time period, and crash landed somewhere around there. Let's see. Thank you so much to Alden here. Are you hyped for the D-Rex actions or the Spinos? Yeah. You mean action figures, or do you mean actions in the movie? Because, yeah, obviously I was just talking about this D-Rex. Like, I am so hyped for this D-Rex in the movie. And honestly, like, I'm really hyped to see if the figure comes to life like this does. Like, the toy shakes around very violently and has these big, like, swooping, like, arm, swipes and stuff. And I really can't wait to see that come to life in live action. That's going to be really cool. I hope it's got this, like I was saying about Alien, like, I hope it's got this, like, otherworldly kind of reaction to it. Like just like how the Scorpius Rex did. The Indominus had, it had its camouflage and some weirdness to it, but, like, it was still pretty dinosaur-like. Same with the Indoraptor, very dino-like. It sort of strayed a little bit more, I think, but the Scorpius had monster-esque kind of vibes that I absolutely love. This screeching, horrific roar, the body stance and everything, the moonlight, the lighting, fire issues. I think that was so creepy, that thing. So I'm hoping this is giving me vibes like that, where it's, like, so off the wall and weird and does things that you don't expect to see. That's absolutely what I want to see from this thing. But yeah, and the toys themselves, like, these toys are getting expensive this time around, and I do really want this guy. I do really want the D-Rex. So we'll see. We'll see if I pick it up. I don't know. I got to see if because, like, there's the solo D-Rex, but then there's also, like, I think there's one with, like, a vehicle and maybe some characters or something. I might pick up that one, but that also might be a smaller version of the D-Rex. I'm not sure. Got to see it in person, I guess. But the Spinos, I'm down for some Spino action of the movie. Yeah, I'm down for some fire breathing. No, it's not going to be true. It's this is what they were talking about. Like, shots like this, shots like the lab where there's red, like, lighting and stuff like that. There's not actually fire breathing Rex. They just misconstrued what they were viewing. They thought that this was a Rex and that it was breathing fire because there's red around it. And look at this shot. Like, I don't think this is the shot they were talking about, but this has got smoke and it's got flames kind of right down there with the flare. So that's, I think, what they were talking about. But Spino action, I'm very excited for. I'd be more excited if it was the JP3 Spino action, but I'll be down for some silly Spino fun. Absolutely. But absolutely hyped for this guy. But again, thank you for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. What if it has a baby? Life found a way. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be down for that too. And I think if the Scorpius showed us anything, that kind of storyline is possible, getting multiple. So I'm absolutely down for more of these. I think that would be so freaky. Absolutely horrifying. Because if all of these dinosaurs have found a way, why not this one? Why not? I think that could be absolutely possible and horrific. Yeah, that would be terrifying. If there was, like, a nest, a dark, like, cavernous nest of these things, it's giving me Godzilla vibes 100%, because that's what happened in many Godzilla movies. So, like, it happened with the Muto in Godzilla 2014. It happened with Godzilla's eggs in Madison Square Garden, which, by the way, are the Knicks winning. Oh my God, I forgot to look. I had it on before, but then my phone turned off. Let me check this out. Sorry, I got to put you all on hold because the Knicks haven't been here since literally nearly that what year was it? 1998 Godzilla movie came out. 2 years later. They're winning by 5. Yes. Okay, good. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. We've got the gas station scene, the electric station, I guess. Very cool. Loving these vibes. Very Jurassic vibes. Futuristic, though, at the same time. But these suckers right here, dude, I am all in on the weird guys, the weird boys in this movie, dude. I am all in on them. This thing is so messed up and weird. I love it. This striping is super cool, dude. The face is freaky. It looks terrifying. I'm down. 100% down. I'm 100% committed to the weirdos of this movie. Absolutely. This thing is so cool. I hope we can see it, like, attempt to fly. I can't imagine this thing flies, but I hope we can see it attempt to do that. That'd be pretty cool. Look at this chunky dude. Look at that. Look at that neck, man. I love that. That's so bird-like, just burrowing its neck into its neck. Just burrowing itself into its own body. Like, I love that look. It is so bird-like. That is so cool. Yeah. That actually gives me that, like, Lab Lockdown Rex vibes, which, you know, has that kind of same, like, burrowing its neck down. I love this thing. I hope we see it, like, faltering around and trying to walk and trying to fly. It looks pretty cool. Obviously, this is giving Lost World very much so, with the, like, worker village and everything. And the vehicles. Look at this guy. Dude, so freaky. Love that thing. Weirdo. Absolutely a weirdo at 7-Eleven. Love this thing. And then totally here for the Indiana Jones moment. 100% down for some Indiana Jones vibes. Plus Jaws. Super cool. Give me a Lost World. Or not Lost World. Last Crusade and Jaws together, mashed up with Jurassic. Heck yes, dude. Just throw a little Back to the Future. Put a little time travel in there. then we're totally set for my liking. But that's everything I wanted to look at, like, from the trailer. I know there's a lot more, but that's enough for today. I've talked a lot about it in my episode, which you can find out on the feeds currently. So please go check out the feeds. You can go to, let's see, the Jurassic Park Podcast over on, like, Spotify and places like that right here. And there it is right there, Jurassic World Rebirth final trailer breakdown. It was listed as the final trailer in the press site. So I know it's the second trailer, but it also, I guess, is the final trailer. So we'll have to see. Obviously, there will be like, do I have the other thing over here? No, I don't know. I thought I had one with, like, my face cut out. I don't know if it's this one or not. No. But anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, the trailer. But yeah, there will be certainly more TV spots and things like that. But yeah, I'm excited. Final trailer. Please go check it out. Spotify, all that good stuff. Apple Podcasts, JurassicParkPodcast.com. Go listen to that episode with myself and Caleb Burnett talking about the score. And you can find everything we do over on that website there. Look at that. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube here. Make sure to subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. Amazon Music, we're on there. And Podomatic, our podcast host. We really appreciate it. We've got an online store. I don't really showcase it that much, but you can go buy some merch if you want. I haven't updated it in a while. I should probably do that. But yeah, there's that. Please go check out my other podcast, Grim Grinning Hosts, where we talk all about theme parks and everything. Epic Universe is opening. I'm so hyped for that. The park is awesome. We also have the Force Cast, which I'm going to go record now. We've been talking all about Andor, and now we're going to continue talking about Andor and Rogue One, so stay tuned for that episode. But outside of that, please go give us a follow on all these podcasts, or all these platforms, not podcast platforms, but Blue Sky, Jurassic Park Pod over there, at Brad Jost as well. Jurassic Park Pod on Instagram, do a lot of stuff over there, TikTok, places like that. And you can find me over on Letterboxd writing dumb reviews. Right now, I'm in the middle of like rewatching the Mission Impossible movies, trying to catch up before this weekend. It's gonna be quite the task, but we'll see if we can get it done. But yeah, so much to do. And if you have any thoughts and feelings on the trailer, let me know. 732-825-7763. You can leave a voicemail there. It's just a voicemail line. It's like about 3 minutes long. You can do so there. Or you could pick up your phone, hit the record button, send over an email with that recording to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. I'll play them on an episode if you ever send any in. If anybody ever wants to anymore. Since we stopped doing the mailbag, nobody ever sends in voicemails anymore. So I don't know why. We used to have so many. So we always had too many that I couldn't cover them all every month. But keep doing that. Do it again. Let's do it again. We got new episodes, new movies, all kinds of good stuff going on. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It's been fun. I appreciate everybody being in here in the chat. Yeah, it does kind of look like Rodan from the movie King of the Monsters. Yeah, and Forcecast. Looking forward to the next episode. Yeah. There was sad there was no Andor this week. That was a bummer. But yeah. Oh my God, the live stream with Jay and Aaron, the first trailer. I asked Aaron what he thought, and I think he just literally sent over like a vomiting emoji. And I was like, man. He's gone. Bye, Aaron. Peace out, man. Anyway, guys, I thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe. Be kind to everybody out there. And as always,